Imagine a figure, cloaked in the regal hues of crimson and purple, his helmet a cold, metallic gaze that seems to pierce through the very fabric of reality. He is a master of magnetism, capable of tearing ships from the sky, reshaping the earth, and weaponizing every metallic particle around him. But what truly makes him formidable isn't just this godlike power. It's the chilling, almost understandable conviction behind every one of his devastating actions. He is Erik Lehnsherr, the master of magnetism, more commonly known as Magneto. And his story, from its very genesis, is far more complex than that of a simple villain. But before he became a symbol of mutant liberation or a tragic anti-hero, Magneto was born in the bustling, imaginative minds of two comic book titans, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. The year was 1963. America was in the throes of social change, civil rights movements were gaining momentum, and Marvel Comics was rapidly evolving, pushing boundaries with characters who were more flawed, more human, more relatable than ever before. This was a pivotal moment in storytelling, a time when the lines between hero and villain were beginning to blur in fascinating ways. Lee and Kirby, a legendary duo, were at their creative peak. Stan Lee, the masterful wordsmith and visionary who infused characters with personality and wit. Jack Kirby, the unparalleled architect of dynamic visuals and cosmic scope, whose pencil brought entire worlds to life. They were a force, a creative engine unlike any other. They had just conceived the X-Men, a team of young mutants, gifted yet feared, fighting for a world that hated and persecuted them precisely for those gifts. They needed an antagonist, yes, but not just any antagonist. They needed a mirror, a twisted reflection of the very fears the X-Men represented. And so, in the pages of X-Men #1, published in July 1963, Magneto made his explosive debut. From the very first panel, it was clear he wasn't just a monster with powers. He was a force of nature, certainly, but more profoundly, he was a force of conviction. His goal was immediate and stark: mutant supremacy, achieved by any means necessary to ensure their survival in a world he perceived as inherently hostile. It was a declaration of war, born from a deep-seated belief that humanity would never accept them. What Lee and Kirby instinctively understood was that true, compelling conflict isn't just about good versus evil, but about clashing ideologies. Magneto wasn't a bank robber, nor was he a mad scientist seeking world domination for its own sake. He was a radical, a revolutionary. He believed humanity, in its fear and prejudice, would inevitably destroy mutants. And so, he sought to strike first, to establish a world where mutants would reign supreme, safe from what he saw as inevitable persecution. This immediately set him apart from the rogues gallery of typical superhero antagonists. He was Professor Charles Xavier's dark shadow, his twisted counterpart. While Xavier dreamt of peaceful coexistence, advocating for integration and understanding, Magneto, scarred by the atrocities of the past, though his full Holocaust survivor backstory wouldn't be explicitly revealed until much later, its essence was always there, subtly woven to his very being. Saw only one path: power through dominance. It was a terrifying, yet understandable response to profound suffering and deep-seated fear. This tragic relatability, this sense of a character driven by a warped but understandable sense of justice, was a stroke of genius. Lee and Kirby laid the bedrock for a villain whose motivations, though extreme, were born from a place of genuine pain and a desperate desire for survival. It forced readers to consider the uncomfortable truth that sometimes the most dangerous ideologies stem from fear and past trauma, not just pure malice. Over the decades, under the guidance of subsequent creators who built upon Lee and Kirby's foundational work, Magneto's character deepened with every turn of the page. We learned of his past, his loves, his profound losses. He wasn't static, he evolved. He would oscillate between clear-cut villain, complex anti-hero, and even, at times, a reluctant ally of the X-Men. Each turn, each shift in his allegiance felt earned, because the core of his motivation, the protection of his people, the children of the atom, remained tragically, unyieldingly consistent. He became a symbol of extremism born from oppression, a cautionary tale, and a testament to the idea that even villains can be driven by a warped sense of justice. This rich tapestry, woven from his immense power, his harrowing past, and his unyielding conviction, made Magneto more than just a formidable opponent. He became a living philosophical debate, forcing readers to confront uncomfortable questions about prejudice, survival, and the blurred lines we draw between right and wrong when faced with existential threats. It was a level of sophistication rarely seen in superhero comics of that era, and it truly set a high bar for character development, influencing countless characters and narratives that followed. The collaborative brilliance of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby didn't just create a powerful adversary. They forged a character of immense depth whose philosophical significance would resonate for generations. They understood that the most compelling villains are not those who are simply evil, but those whose motivations, however twisted, stem from a place of pain, conviction, and a desperate, often misguided, desire to protect what they believe in. Magneto remains one of Marvel's most enduring and profound creations. He's a testament to the power of storytelling to explore complex human issues through the lens of extraordinary powers. He challenges us, makes us question, and reminds us that sometimes the greatest monsters are born not from malice, but from fear and a tragic desire for survival. Take a moment to reflect on Magneto's journey and the incredible foundation laid by Lee and Kirby. What aspects of his character resonate most with you? Is he a villain, a hero, or something beautifully, tragically in between? We'd love to hear your thoughts and perspectives in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the origins of a true comic book icon, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more explorations into the rich tapestry of superhero lore. Until next time, keep exploring the stories that shape our imagination.